Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the table. It's your boy, Antonio Padilla. With me, as always, my right-hand man, Clifford Red Dog Miller. Cliff, say what's up.
I am the law!
Nice. I love it. Was not expecting it, but I love it. Awesome. Awesome. With us, as always, is Mr. Swagtastic. Swag, say what's up.
Hey, yo.
I see you're in the holiday spirit. You got the lights going and everything.
Yep.
Nice. Very nice.
Well, also, I don't know if you can see it, but I also broke out the eggnog.
Ah. Bravo. Bravo. You outdid all of us today. I mean, all I got is water. So. Oh, man, that's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we took last week off because it was Thanksgiving weekend, and, you know, we wanted to let everybody have that time to spend with their family. And so we hope everybody out there had a great Thanksgiving weekend and you celebrated safely. And yeah, just hope you guys had a good time. But we are back and, you know, don't have a whole lot of news, but that's fine because the news we do have is pretty awesome. So we're definitely going to be talking about all of this stuff. Plus, I do have a surprise topic that I want to discuss with both Cliff and Swag. They don't know what it is yet. And that's because I want to get like an honest conversation and real reactions to it. But we'll get to that later. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start today's episode off with a new story. I'm going to be honest, did not see this coming. But you know what? The internet has been, you know, I was expecting like the worst from this, and the internet has surprised me and has been really, really open and welcoming. So the actor formerly known as Ellen Page has come out as a transsexual man, Elliot Page. And look, I just want to give a shout out. I'm happy for you. I'm excited. I'm proud of you. You know, speak your truth, live your best life. I'm here for you. I support you. I love you. I'll fight for you until, you know, every day of my life. That's what I'm saying. So I want to give a shout out to Elliot. You know, I'm proud of you, and you're always going to be one of my favorites over there. Can't wait to see what Doom Patrol is gonna not Doom Patrol. Umbrella Academy. I got ahead of myself because the Doom Patrol Twitter tweeted out nothing but love and support for their favorite Hargreaves sibling, and that made my heart like, you know, just swell up. Because I'm like, that's how you show support for your fellow superhero television adaptations, even though they're from separate universes and whatnot. Like, that's just really cool. I loved seeing that. So, no, I wanted to open this up with this story because I think it's important to talk about and to acknowledge, and just so that I can be clear that like I have no hate. Like, there's no room for hate or bigotry on this show. So if you're gonna come over here with that stuff, like, knock it off, get out of here. Cliff, do you have anything to say on this? Any thoughts?
Yeah, actually, so I want to kind of go through like a timeline, right? So, and forgive me, but I just want to repeat on history just a little bit, right? So, I remember when Ellen Page came out as she was saying that she was gay. Mm-hmm. And I remember all the love and support that we all had for her, you know, bringing that in. And, you know, we loved her in Juno, we love her in X-Men, we loved her in so many different movies, right? And then we loved her in Umbrella Academy, right? And then she, you know, becomes Elliot. And I'm just going to say, I loved him in Juno. I loved him in X-Men 3. I love him in Umbrella Academy. So by all means, like, I just want to show nothing but love and support. I'm so glad that you made the decision to go the way you did. But just to tell you, like, the love doesn't change just because you change and you go the way you want to go. I want you to be happy, but I also know that my love and support is also going to be with you because, you know, in the end of the day, we just want what's best for you. Whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go, just be you. Exactly. And we got you. So much love, brother, and way to be doing your thing. So there you are.
Yes, exactly. Well put, Cliff. That's actually like exactly everything that I wanted to say. But yeah, you nailed it. Once again, Cliff got my back, and he more than carried the slack for me. So. But yeah, much love. I don't know, Swag. Is there anything you wanted to say?
Not like, you both covered it pretty well. I mean, just, be happy, be yourself. We will love you just the same.
Right on, right on. Like, and that's really all there is to it. Like I said, it's nothing but love over here. Can't wait to see what the future holds. That's honestly what I'm really looking forward to. So, congratulations. We love you. We support you. All right. So, with that, top of the show, let's get into it. We're going to start with games this week, ladies and gentlemen, because, like I said, not a whole lot of news. But some very fascinating games news that happened while we were off. Let's start with what happened in Mortal Kombat, because this was something I don't think any of us saw coming, but boy, were we all happy and ecstatic that it happened. I am, of course, talking about the Mortal Kombat classic movie skins. Cliff, I don't know if you saw this, because we didn't really have a whole lot of correspondence while we were off the air, but what did you think about this?
I thought those were $500 sunglasses, asshole. Why was that line not used in the whole concept? Like, of all the things that we could have done, because you know what? I definitely love the fact that we have Christopher Lambert back as the voice of Raiden. Like, and for that skin, I was like, bro, I'm so into this, right? And then, obviously, I forget her name, but
Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget's voice, obviously being the original voice for Sonya Blade. Like, I'm into it 100%.
Yeah.
And so to see everything, like, the words and stuff that come out, I was like, yo, let's go. I'm all about this life. But that one line I wanted Johnny Cage to be able to be like, those are $500 sunglasses, asshole.
I was talking to Swag about it, and I was like, it makes me wish Goro was in this game.
Yeah.
Like, as a player character, because I would have loved to have reenacted that scene. But yes. Cliff, you hit so many points on the head right there. Like, the one I was talking to Swag about most was Christopher Lambert, and because I was talking about how he is a huge video game fanatic, like enthusiast. He's legit, and I was like, imagine how ecstatic he was when they called him up and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna put you in the Mortal Kombat game. Are you down for that?" I guarantee you, he was like, "What took you so long?" Yeah. Like, how cool is that he was a guy who was already in the scene before he did Mortal Kombat, the movie, and now he's immortalized, pun sort of intended, in this video game. Like, that's awesome. That's super cool. So, yeah, I'm with you, Cliff. Like, this was super awesome for me on so many levels. Swag, what about you?
Yeah, no, I like only watching, like, yeah, like being recently introduced to the movie, like, this was still super awesome for me, because I did love just playing the game with those skins and hearing those original actors say those lines to all those different characters. And like even just having their discussions between each other with the lines that are in the game.
Yeah.
It's so cool to hear that, and just get kind of like more or less kind of like a new movie with those people playing those characters again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was awesome. And by the way, Cliff, there is a line between Johnny Cage and Shiva where she says to him, so I hear that Goro, you beat Goro because he broke your eyewear. And he said, those were $500 sunglasses.
Oh, man. I was just looking at the trailer. I'm deep diving now. I got a deep dive.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. I didn't even know that. So
yeah, I got lucky. I was playing the towers and that happened, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, he said it."
That's very awesome. Very cool. But yeah, man, like it's super cool, man. Like I said, like I think like all of us when we were kids, we thought like Lyndon Ashby as Johnny Cage was like the coolest dude ever. So like for him to be in this game again is like as Johnny Cage, just super awesome. Cliff, what about you? You got any other? What else you got?
I was just thinking about like I just think that we're so close, man. We're so close. All right. Podcast world, Twitter, YouTube, everyone, join the fight. Okay, let's get Art Lean in the fucking game.
Finally, my goodness.
Yo, how close can we get with the Mortal Kombat classics? Come on, man. Let me get Art Lean in this damn game. I'm pushing so hard for this. Like, I need my man in the game. And then, like, it's right there, man. It's right. It's like, we're so close.
So close. Oh my god, yes. Like when this skin pack dropped, like no joke, I went and rewatched the movie and it was like Cliff's he's gonna be on it again. I know it.
I just need this in my life, man. Come on.
Oh my god. Ed Boon, I'm pleading with you. Please do right by my boy. Please.
Yeah.
Come on, Ed. Do us right, man, okay? Art Lean needs his revenge against Shang Tsung for putting him in that fight against Goro and getting killed. Come on, let's do this thing. And the best part is you have the original Shang Tsung from the movie in the game.
Straight up, I was gonna bring that up. Like Krista, I was like it was cool enough that they got Yuki Tagawa to come back to play Shang Tsung in this game, and then for them to drop all these other like that's the greatest thing. Like Swag and I were talking about. The only disappointing thing was that we didn't get movie Liu Kang or Katana. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, it's like they looked pretty classic in the movie, so it's like you could just load those classic skins.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, aside from that, it's like, yeah, like come on, like just give us the and throw in Art Lean. Come on,
come on, man, like give us Art Lean. That's all I want. He doesn't even have any powers. Like he doesn't have any abilities. He's just a good fighter, right? That's all we need.
A good dude. Like, come on, give it the man a chance to, like, to get some what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I don't want to say vengeance, but vengeance. Come on, like
look, this is all I want, okay? I'm calling it now. I'm calling my shot. I want Michael Jai White to be Art Lean in this game.
You know he would do it too.
He would.
For sure.
He would do all the mocap and everything too. Like no need to pay extra.
Exactly. Like he'd be down, man. He'd be so down for that.
Yeah.
Like, I need this clip cut because that's what I'm gonna do.
This is that pitch right there. That's gonna be a clip, and we're gonna tweet that right at Ed Boon.
And Michael Jai White.
Yeah, Michael Jai White. Yes. Oh, man, that's great. I love it. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't checked out the classic movie skins pack for MK11, what are you doing? You're not living life right. What's wrong with you?
We can go spend a couple bucks and pick up
Oh
that
my
pack.
god, I low key just thought about this. If we could get Michael Jai White in the game, think about this for a second. He played Jax, right? Jax is in the game. He played Spawn. Spawn's in the game. This is like the time to do it.
It's like the ultimate like meta thing you could ever.
Swag, right? When you're editing this, put the math equations right past.
Yeah.
Cliff, you just blew my mind. That didn't even cross my mind. Like, what is? Oh my god, that's awesome. The Michael Jai White cinematic universe. Let's go.
I just picked a name. Like I just picked a name out.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah, Cliff, I'm down. Let's do it.
I need it.
We need this yesterday. Like, let's get on it. Oh man, that is so awesome. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor. Check out this new skin pack for Mortal Kombat 11. It's awesome. You won't regret it. All right, so that's not gonna be the last time we talk about Mortal Kombat on today's episode, but we'll get to that later. Swag. Let's talk about Cyberpunk 2077 because we've sort of been not talking about it because
Yeah.
we jinxed ourselves.
It was like what? It was like not even like the day after it got delayed.
Literally the next day.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've been like, again, not that I believe in jinxing, not that I'm superstitious, but I mean, when something like that happens, I'm like, maybe let's not, let's be a little.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we sort of have not been talking about it, but we were talking about this before we started recording, and I think we've hit the point of no return. Like, they are legitimately advertising like we're 6 days out, and swag, like you were saying, they're I'll let you take it from here. Go ahead and
Yeah, so yesterday, it was exactly a week from the release date. So they decided, CD Projekt Red decided, hey, uh, it's kind of, I feel like they did this to like reassure us, like, no, this is happening. Because yesterday they started to release all the times that you could preload the game in your region or your country, wherever you are. And it's if you're on Xbox and you pre-ordered it digitally, you can download it right now. PlayStation players will have to wait till Monday, but that's fine. Just so as long as I don't have to download it the day of.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think that even goes for PC. Yes. On GOG, CDPR's their store, their online store, and Steam and the Epic Game Store. So Xbox users, you guys got it to preload it a week early, but honestly, that's not much of an advantage.
Right.
So yeah, like if you have an Xbox, go download it if you already pre-ordered it, if you didn't know. If you're on, everything else, Monday you will be able to download the game and have it ready before next Thursday.
Awesome. Oh man, that sounds good. Like, been waiting for this game for so long, man. Like,
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. Like I said, I've already kind of figured out everything that I want to do with the game, so
Yeah.
let's just get into it.
Actually, you know what I forgot? They did. I don't think you saw it, but they released a short little trailer for the photo mode in the game.
Oh, I did not see that. No.
It is nuts. Like it's like you already know, like you've been playing it. You know like Spider-Man's photo mode, like it's pretty good. It's pretty in depth. And especially with the upgrades they made to it with Miles Morales.
Yeah.
But looking at the way CDPR is handling their photo mode, it looks nuts.
Like I just remembered, I didn't see the trailer for it, but I did see some screenshots.
Yeah.
Regarding the photo mode, and I was looking at that like, what? Like, this is crazy. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts. So yeah, like there's gonna be a lot to do. So yeah, I cannot wait for this game.
Yeah, me neither, man. It's gonna. I'm just, like you and I were talking about it, a couple days ago, and it was like, it's that thing where it's like, we've been waiting for it for so long, it's gotten delayed and delayed and delayed, but now it's like, oh, it's getting real. It's getting real.
Yeah.
like let's get on this, and I'm well aboard the hype train. I got my seat, got my ticket. Let's go. Like, let's do this.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm very excited. Chris, I don't know if you have any thoughts, because it's well documented. This game is not as high a priority for you, but either way, do you have anything to add? Anything to say?
No, I'm excited that it's coming out finally. Like I know a lot of people have been kind of pissy because it's gotten delayed and pushed back and reworked, and I'm excited for people who are excited for this game. That's all I can really say. I can show my love and support that I hope you guys have fun playing Cyberpunk. But as said, it is well documented that it's not the one for me. It's not right up my alley. But if it's your kind of game, hey, by all means, go out there and get it done.
Right on. Swag, did you have anything else you wanted to bring up here?
Nope. But I just want to add one thing. Like I said to one of the blue boys this week, we're in the end game now.
We're in the end game now.
All right, so yeah, that's the game news we got. Unless I don't know, Cliff, was there anything you had on games this week?
No, I mean not really, because I've just been running Call of Duty like crazy.
Yeah.
All I did notice that they said they nerfed the MP5 on Call of Duty Cold War, and they did not. They did not at all. They let me down. I get murdered by that thing all the time in Nuketown. It is not fair.
Oh, you're playing Nuketown now.
Oh, by the way, yeah, you can't play Nuketown. Yeah, that is some pretty big news.
That's pretty big news.
When you said that, like the look and the tone of your voice was just like I could feel your pain, bro.
It's
been
devastating, man.
Yeah,
It's devastating. Y'all don't understand what it's like to have run through and just murk dudes with an AK-47, to have guys run over and just shoot you once with an MP5 and you die instantly. It's not fair. That's not how these games work.
It's like the AK. It's like you got to worry about recoil. You got to compensate for that. But you turn the corner, you see a dude with an MP5. He's one-handing it sideways, and he doesn't even flinch when he fires.
Every time I feel like I get killed by someone with an MP5, I feel like I'm being killed by Malibu's Most Wanted. And just yes. You just stand up there and he's just firing away, just like King Kong ain't got shit on me. Like, I hate you guys so much. I just legit, like, every time I get killed, I'm like, every time I get killed by somebody with MP5, I just want to look at them and be like, your mother's a hoe. I hate you guys.
That reminds me of, there was this.
So what do I do?
So
what I do, I go change one of my classes to an MP5.
Yeah. Yep. You get upset, you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
That reminds me of this Reddit post I saw last year during when like their shotguns were like insane in Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Somebody tweeted like years ago, like I think back when Black Ops 2 was like the current Call of Duty, and they tweeted, they were like, "Hey, if you use a shotgun in Call of Duty, your mom's a hoe." And the Reddit post was captioned, "Still true today."
Oh, that was annoying. Oh man, that was so annoying too. With the on a Warzone, people run around with a shotgun and just, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna kill you from across the map. I don't care if it's like 18 miles. Just eat this shell from way downtown.
Here, eat this bird shot that shouldn't be traveling that far.
Forget spread. They're just gonna hit you.
Yeah. I got heat-seeking pellets.
Oh man.
I feel like they're like, guys, I can't wait because someone on YouTube is gonna check it out, but no one on our podcast is gonna know. But I feel like someone just like gets the shotgun in Warzone and legit goes, I feel like there's someone in that direction. Got him.
Got him.
Just aims and shoots.
Yep. It's like I know Swag never watched the show, and I don't know if Cliff ever did, but Ash versus Evil Dead. It was what, shoot first, ask questions never, or something like that. First, think never. It's like that's pretty much what they're doing with that shotgun.
Yep.
And then on a parachute, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna make it safe to the.
Ouch. Didn't even make it to the ground.
Your teammate has been put in the gulag.
Like, what?
So what happened? I don't know.
We just started. Hey, actually, Swag, since we're talking about Warzone, have you found all the codes yet for all the secret bunkers?
No, not yet.
Oh man. So let me tell you, we found one of the bunkers, right? Like that you put a code in, and one of my friends has it memorized, and now like I'm finding it too.
Nice.
So we run in all the time, and let me tell you, it is the most paranoia thing I've ever been through in my life. Because you have to set, first, you have your team set in, and then someone goes and puts in a code. Then you all run down to the bunker, and you come out with so much loot, right? You're talking mad bread. And then you're just like freaking out because you're like, I hope no one's on the other side of this door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have
like,
seen the gameplay. Yeah, it's like you're leaving, but like you don't want to exit the door because there's so much open space out of your blind spot that you can't see.
Oh, man.
it's the worst. It's so,
That-
and everybody's like, I'm willing to go out there and run and just to get shot up for no reason. But my friends
Yeah.
are like, no, you're the weakest one. We'll go first. I'm like, why are you guys running? Let me sacrifice.
Yeah, it's like what? That's not how that works. It should be the other way around.
You guys have been watching. You guys have never watched Ready to Rumble, okay? Sal Bandini said, kick a man in his strengths. And everybody kept trying to say, no, you take out the weak one. No, you take out the strengths because then the weak one gets left. No, just take the weak one first, okay? We gotta be like the hyenas in Lion King, okay? Just pick off a sick one at the end.
Yeah.
That's me. Let me do it.
Oh, wow. Cliff with the Ready to Rumble reference. Like, I'm gonna start keeping a tally of like all the super obscure '90s kids references Cliff makes on this show. Oh my god, that was brilliant!
Well, I mean, he is the '90s boy.
Like even more so than me. Like,
Walk a line out of thin air. Works in this
it really
reference.
does. Like what? Oh my god, that was great, Cliff. That was great. That warmed my heart and so many. Oh my goodness. But before we move on, Swag, didn't you participated in an event that happened?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
talk
So yeah, I've kind of like as of like the past few months, I've kind of got back into contact with one of my old friends,
Mhm.
and she's like big on like Fortnite, and lately that's all she can play. So we've just been helping her out and just hanging out on there. And recently they had a Marvel season. I think we cover that?
I don't know
No,
if we
we
mentioned
didn't.
it or not. No, we did not.
Oh, well, yeah, there was a Marvel season, just entirely Marvel.
There
And
Really cool stuff over there too.
yeah,
Like
all the skins were nuts.
yeah, like their Captain America. I said it to you. I was like, how did their Captain America look better than the Avengers game? Like that. Like I don't know how that's possible, but they did.
That ended up becoming a common phrase during that season. How did they do so and so better than the Avengers game?
It's true because I remember after the event was over, I saw so many people like, I'm not gonna lie, that was better than the whole of the Avengers game. And I was like, wow, like that's crazy.
But yeah, like so to kind of like get it set up and like give you context, Fortnite, they always do like a huge event at the end of every season to wrap it up and then start the next one. And since it was Marvel, we already knew what it was going to be from the beginning. The first ever cinematic that they released for the season, it ends with like a shot coming from Earth, going all the way into deep space and closing in on Galactus. And the whole season, it was, it's like we're preparing to fight Galactus. And I think it was 7 days, like a week before the event happened. The things on the main menu changed. There was a big countdown timer. It was yellow, and if you went over to the Battle Pass screen, there was a war table, and there was a holographic of Galactus standing over the map. And we were all like, well, this is it. We're going to have to fight Galactus.
Yeah.
And that was the event. We got to fight Galactus, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I did not expect to have that much fun with that.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know. Like they got it right. And like that was the thing. Like I said, like it became a common phrase. Like by the end of it, I was like, how did Fortnite manage to make a better game than a better Marvel game than the Avengers game.
Yeah, I think we were all pretty, because it was crazy, because that day, like I didn't play it, but the reaction to it was so, like, all day on Twitter, stuff like Galactus and Marvel, all that stuff was trending all day. And so I was, checking the reactions and everything, and people, like, legitimately, like, I don't think I saw any complaints about it from anybody, which is rare these days, especially when it comes to video games.
Yeah.
Especially, like, stuff that nerds really, take to heart.
Yeah.
So I was shocked at just how much people, like, legitimately enjoyed it without complaining about it. So
Yeah.
bravo. My hat's tipped to you, Fortnite. Like, you did something I didn't think anybody could do these days. There you go.
Yeah,
So
and
it was
that's
cool. Yeah.
like, I gotta say, like, for me, like, I've only played Fortnite a handful of times.
Mm-hmm.
But this season was, like, legitimately the first season, like, I actually, like, put time and effort into, and, like, I bought numerous skins from this event.
Yeah.
Uh,
At one
and
point, he got a hold of me because he was like, "Help me out, man. I don't know which ones to which ones
yeah,
to purchase."
I needed tips, and he helped me figure it out. But yeah, no, like, so this is, like, the ultimate, like, this is where the bar is set for me on Fortnite seasons. I'm hoping that they do a DC season soon.
Because Swag and I we were talking about it, and we thought, how crazy would it be, like, if you defeat Galactus, right? And as everything is like, it's like, all right, that's over, and then all of a sudden a boom tube opens up, and you see, like, you just see, like, and you're like, oh boy, here we go. And off in the distance, you see a giant flaming planet, like, headed towards Earth, and you're like, yeah, of course it is. So, like, that would be funny. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that didn't happen, but I mean, it could happen someday.
Yeah.
I mean, they already had Aquaman and Black Manta in the game, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's, man, it's just crazy. Like, and we should even reiterate, like, Swag, you and I, not even real big Fortnite fans, but, like, what they've been doing lately has been, like, even I've been like, hey, maybe I should start playing Fortnite. Like, they're doing some interesting stuff lately. So
Yeah.
You guys are talking about that. Yeah, I will have to agree, because I did like the Marvel. I liked watching the Marvel season, and I watched some kid put up a clip of him. He's like, "This is what it looks like for me at work on Monday mornings," and, like, Galacticus was coming, but it was like Deadpool, like, reading the paper.
Yeah.
Yo, I dig it. I dig it. And I loved seeing this season. I love seeing everything. I can't wait to see what's coming out for next season, because I do know we could talk about that, because now that we know, next season is actually the Mandalorian is attached. So
Yep.
super
He's,
hyped about seeing him.
Yeah, I actually got to look at that. He's like, there's two versions of the Mandalorian. There's, like, the one at the beginning of the series, in, like, his standard, like, armor, and then there's the one in his, it's called Beskar, right? His
Yeah.
Beskar armor at, like, tier 100, and those models are beautiful.
yeah.
And also, like, I feel like it's worth mentioning, I think it was yesterday. It caught me so off guard. I got recommended a Fortnite, like, it was a little cinematic, and Kratos is in the game from God of War.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw it on Twitter though.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh man, I don't have any spending money either.
But yeah, no, it's like I said, man, they're doing crazy stuff over there, like, really interesting stuff. So I don't know, I might have to start playing. Like, they have definitely got my attention, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I wanted to bring that up because, like I said, I knew I knew you participated in it, Swag. I know you got video of it, which did that go up on your channel yet or no?
Not yet. I ended up prioritizing some other stuff, which I probably should have prioritized the Fortnite footage, if I'm being honest. But that will be up on Monday, hopefully.
All right, cool. So yeah, and I'll, it'll end up on the Nerds Facebook page afterwards. So check it out there if you're interested. We're pretty deep into the episode, and I just remembered. It is December 4th, 2020. It's in case anybody's out there.
Yeah.
When we're recording, and if you're watching this in the distant future, you'll have a time frame for what we're talking about here. I try to do this at the top of the episode, but I just forgot. So yeah, December 4th, 2020. Friday, December 4th. All right, so yeah, that's gonna do it for game news this week. It's pretty crazy stuff that's been happening and very exciting stuff. So that's gonna be fun. Can't wait to see what 2021 has in store for us. So, all right, let's get into the news that the other news. We got some pretty awesome casting news today. This morning, it was one of the things I woke up and checked Twitter, and this was everywhere. So this is sort of becoming a recurring theme on this show. I was gonna say, Cliff, should we just change this podcast to the We Love Oscar Isaac podcast? Because that's kind of what this show is turning into.
Little by little, it is.
Yeah. So let's just get let's bury the lead here. Oscar Isaac is apparently going to star as Solid Snake in the long gestating Metal Gear Solid movie. And I couldn't be happier. Again, put this man in everything and you got my money. You got my money. All right. And I was already excited about this movie. Number one, because it's Metal Gear Solid. Number two, the man who's working on it, Jordan Vogt-Roberts, is one of my favorite filmmakers from the last decade. He's directed a movie that Swag and I really, really love called The Kings of Summer. He directed Kong Skull Island, which is an underrated gem. Definitely check both of those movies out if you haven't seen them. And when I found out he was attached to the Metal Gear Solid movie, I was like, done. This guy, he's one of us. He's a nerd. He knows the material inside and out. I have nothing but faith in this man. And this just solidifies that and makes me even more excited for this movie, more than I already was. So, yeah, man, I am so hyped about this. And, yeah, I just can't wait. Cliff, what about you?
We taking over, baby!
I was expecting that.
That's all that needs to be said. We taking over.
That's right.
Give my man all the roles. That's all I'm saying. That's all I gotta say, man. We doing a big foul around here.
Yes, I'm
hyped.
So
hyped. I'm not gonna front.
I'm so hyped. Also, because today on Twitter, when this news broke, I sent this clip over to Swag to show him. But last year, 2019, when they were doing the press tour for Triple Frontier, someone asked Oscar Isaac about because I think they were talking about because The Witcher had just hit Netflix and it was this big hit, and they were talking about video game adaptations and is there any that you would want to get involved with? And he was like,
it's very video
Metal Gear
gamey.
Solid. That's the one I'm
Really?
Yeah, that I'm throwing my hat in for that one.
Who'd you play?
Snake, man.
and the guy who was in it was like, who would you want to play? And he was like, Snake. It's yeah, who else would he want to play? But it was just great because it's yo, he called it a year ago. You know what I mean?
I'm
let
sure
that be.
That's probably what got him the role.
That's what I was just about to say. Let it be known that if you put that out into the universe, it might work out for you. So, yeah, man, I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. Swag, what about you?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely excited.
Yeah.
Just I can already see him with the bandana and everything. I can't wait, dude. Like, I want to see him in costume. It's gonna be so sick.
With the eye patch.
Yeah.
Which again, like, look, I remember when that first image of him as Duke Leto Atreides from Dune popped up, and he was in the armor, and he has his beard and the gray hair, and everybody was like, he looks like Deathstroke. You put that eye patch on Oscar Isaac, he's going to look even more like Deathstroke. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to see those photoshops. Like, that's going to be just another reason why I'm excited to see him in costume and in character. But I mean, like, he's just such a great actor, and like, I'll watch this man do anything. Like, for real. Like, put him in anything, got my money, like I said up front. So yeah, man, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see it. Like I said, we know who's writing and directing it, and obviously this is the first piece of casting. Don't know a whole lot other than that, but I mean, like I said, I have nothing but faith so far, anyways. So like, they've done nothing to upset me. So, Cliff, what about you? Do you have any other thoughts? Any other comments? No,
not really. I'm just excited. I'm just excited to see Oscar out here running it.
Me too. Swag, what about you?
No, not really. Like I said, like, I'm excited to see his performance as Snake, and I just can't wait to see more of this.
Yeah, for sure. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Nerds approved. We love it. You love to see it, for sure. All right, so let's get into this. Is undoubtedly, this news is game changing, to say the least. And when it first broke, I'm not gonna lie, I was very conflicted by it. I still am. Although I understand it, I understand the pros for it, but I also understand I do have a lot of negatives, aka cons, for this. But we're gonna get into all of that right now. But let's see. So this broke yesterday, right? On Thursday. Yeah, it was yesterday. The big news. So the big news already broke that Warner Brothers is going to be premiering Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max Christmas Day, the same day it hits theaters. And I'm all for that. I really am. And I do want to note that today, director Patty Jenkins did indeed confirm that next year, 2021, if and when it's safe, they will do a re-release in theaters. So I'm like, hey, cool. I'm all for that. I'll definitely show up to that. So that sort of puts my mind at ease for this news. But like I said, when it first broke, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. But so following Wonder Woman 1984 premiering on HBO Max, Warner Brothers announced yesterday that they would also be premiering their entire 2021 theatrical slate, day and date, with its theatrical run on HBO Max. This includes Dune, starring Oscar Isaac, who we just spoke about, The Matrix 4, Mortal Kombat, which we still haven't even seen a trailer for, Godzilla vs. Kong, which was supposed to release 2020, The Suicide Squad, which, what? Jerry, which I'm not going to lie, I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw this.
I saw the trailer. It was so awesome. I saw the trailer. I was so hyped.
Yeah.
And many, many other films. Like I said, they're releasing their entire 2021 slate in theaters and on HBO Max the same day. Now, they are referring to this as a 1-year experiment, which is like, okay, we'll see how this goes. Regardless, like I said, this is definitely a game changer. It certainly, again, like they're saying, like, hey, we're still releasing in theaters, and as of right now, this is just, we're trying this out for 2021. We'll see how it goes. But like, I'm not gonna lie, it does feel like this might be the final nail in the coffin for the theatrical experience, because I said this to Swag yesterday. It's like, I feel like we're a week or two away from Disney just being like, screw it, let's just put everything on Disney Plus. You know what I mean? Like, we might as well. And if they do, hey, good for them, whatever. Like if it keeps people safe, I'm all for it. I really am. But it's like once we cross that line, it's like there's really no going back from this. Like even if after 2021 and everything is pretty much safe to go back outside and go to movie theaters and whatnot, like I guarantee you there's still going to be people who are like, nah, I'd just rather stay home and watch it. And look, I get it. I really do. Because like I said, there are pros to that where, like, how many times have you gone to a movie theater, Cliff, and just had your entire experience ruined by one obnoxious a-hole? Like, it's happened way too many times for me.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I get it. I understand why it's like, look, I'll just stay home and watch it. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, man, like I love seeing movies on the big screen. I really do. Especially like IMAX. Like I wanted to see Wonder Woman 84 in IMAX. I wanted to see Tenet in IMAX. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Dune in IMAX. And it's like, well, you just stay home and watch it on your TV. And it's like, no, screen. Your TV is a joke compared to an IMAX screen. Like I don't care how big. You could have a 75-inch. I don't care. That TV is a joke compared to an IMAX screen. Like you would need a TV screen that's like, I don't know, 500 inches to even come like this close to being like. And it's like, well, I got surround sound at my home. No, your surround sound is a joke compared to the theater system. Like, unless you have like a high quality Dolby Atmos capable surround sound in your house, nah, not even close, bud. But, it's like, I don't know. As you can see, I'm very wound up about this. Like, I have and opinions on it. I see the good, I really do, and I acknowledge that, but I also see the bad. And like I just want to open this up because I want to put this out there. Like Cliff, how do you feel about this, man?
All right, so there's kind of like two parts to it that I kind of feel like I do agree with your opinion about like it's kind of like I still want to enjoy these movies in theaters, but if it keeps people safe for another year, all right, cool. I can bite the bullet, but unfortunately, places like like the IMAX theaters, they're not going to be able to. AMC is not going to be able to bite that bullet, But what I will say is I like the fact that that HBO Max was like, hey, we're going to release these movies, and you don't have to pay a premium to see them. Like, suck it, Disney. Like, that's how I saw it.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. I saw so many people bringing that up again on Twitter. Like, the $3 premium they got charged on Disney Plus to watch Mulan. And I was like, yeah, I mean, at least Warner Brothers ain't doing that for you.
And
so
they're not like, hey, here's another $30 for no, that's what I like. But you know what? I wouldn't have been objective either had HBO came out and said, hey, you obviously get our service for $15, but for another $15, you can get this as well. Because then at least at that point, you don't feel terrible because you're like, well, I'm still kind of going to the theaters. I'm watching this day of. $30 is what it roughly would have cost bringing my family to probably bring him at a matinee. So, at that same point, like they're still getting it. But whatever, man, like their subscription is going to go through the roof come Christmas Day for Wonder Woman. Sure. There's just no lie about it.
Yeah, and it's I mentioned this to a few people, but it's like again, it's smart business on Warner Bros., but they have now done away with the free trial period in anticipation of Wonder Woman hitting HBO Max, which again, it's like that's just smart on their part, you know what I mean? Because it's like now you have to pay that at least the 1 month to watch Wonder Woman, and it's like you said, $15. Like that's a steal if it's you and your entire family. You know what I mean? Like so, who cares, man? Like that at $15, whatever, take it, it's yours. But no, yeah, I'm with you, Cliff. I'm with you 100%. Like I do see the positives to it. I guess I'm focusing way too much on the negative because there are there's a lot of really good that comes from this. There really is.
And what makes it crazy is you're spending $15 a month to watch Wonder Woman come out on theaters Christmas Day, and you don't have to pay for another ticket to go back and watch it again.
Exactly. Yeah, you can watch it.
Unlimited plays.
It's great. Look, I'm all for it, man. Let's do it. Look, nothing has dampened my excitement for Wonder Woman 1984 at all. So Yeah, man. This.
But it's not just for that, but think about it like this, right? Like Dune's gonna come out, right?
Yeah.
And you know that world is gonna be massive, and there's gonna be so much detail that you miss on the first time going around. You don't have to
Sure.
worry about it. Just hit play, watch it all over again.
Or with the invention of the pause button, rewind
Yeah.
and slow mo, like you don't get that in theater. So yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of good that comes from it. You know what? I'm not worried, Cliff. I think you kind of like put me at ease. Like, you know what? I'm all right with it. Like, let's do it. And you know what? I posted this on Twitter yesterday, and I'm gonna say it here on the show, so it's on the record. But if Birds of Prey is the last movie I ever see in a movie theater, I'm good with that. Like, I think I went out on a high note because that, it could have been worse. I could have seen Bloodshot as my last movie in theaters. You know what I'm saying? So, but like Birds of Prey, great movie. I think I went out on a high if that is indeed the last movie I ever see in theaters. So, Swag, what do you think about this? How do you feel about this news?
Like, I don't know, because like, yeah, it's a good, like, it's a good thing for, like, the way things are right now currently.
Yeah.
But I will admit, and like, I don't know if you were even like expecting this to happen, but like, I do still have like those really good memories from going to the theaters like as a kid.
Yeah.
And I do miss those times, and I enjoy it whenever I did get to do it before all this crap happened, before
Yeah.
2020 happened.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I'm still kind of in the middle with it. It's like I see the good, I see the bad. But I don't know. I just don't know where to stand on it.
You stand in the middle. Stay in the
True.
gray zone, okay?
Just right there,
Yeah.
man.
You keep
It's
seeing the world is
perfect
black
here.
and white, okay? There's a gray area. Come stay with us in the gray area.
Yeah, it's totally cool, man.
It's okay. We have a lot of space in the gray area.
We have cookies, man. It's cool. Sorry, I had to. It's that thing where I get you, Swag, because that really is the thing for me too. Is like I've had so much fun going to the movies, especially with you, and even with Cliff, before we both had to grow up and go our separate ways. But like Cliff, man, I remember seeing so many great movies in theaters with you, man. Like it's crazy. I remember going to like the midnight showing of Revenge of the Sith and waiting in line like for 2 hours to get in. Like, oh
yeah.
man, that was insane. That was insane. But hey, good times, man. Good times.
I remember how pissed my ex got when we came out of movie theater for Phantom Menace, and I was like, dude, at this time, oh man, I'm thinking about this. The $7.50 was totally worth it for the Matrix previews.
Yeah.
You didn't like Star Wars? No, I loved Phantom Menace. I just liked Reloaded and Revolutions way more.
Oh yeah, back in the day when it's like there was no YouTube to watch movie trailers on, so you had to go to an actual theater to see trailers and stuff. Oh man, that's good times. Good time. But look, that's me and Cliff being, millennials, like talking about the good. We might as well bring up like Blockbuster Video at this point. You know what I'm saying? Which
Airbnb.
I know exactly what you're talking about, Cliff. Oh man. So yes, no, look, man. The future is now, man. And if this is the future of cinema, I mean, I guess I'll get over it, but it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while for me to get used to it. I am, however, excited. I want that Mortal Kombat trailer. Like, give us a trailer already. Like, come on, man. That movie was supposed to come out. I think it was supposed to release this month in December. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully we get that trailer soon. Hopefully we get a Godzilla vs. Kong trailer, because we've still only seen like that one clip of the two of them charging at each other. Like, that's it. So I don't know. Yeah, but all right. So like I said, that it's big news. It's definitely game-changing news, and we're gonna keep everybody up to date on everything. The more we know, the more you know. So stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the news. But like I said, I do have a topic that I wanted to bring up on the show because I've been seeing it get a lot of attention, especially over the last week. Like there's a lot of stuff happening, and I wanted to bring it up on the show because it's sort of a follow-up to something that happened this year. Let me just get into it. Okay, so as everybody knows, actor Chadwick Boseman passed away earlier this year. It was sad, tragic, terrible. And I didn't want to bring this up immediately after he passed away because I thought that would be crass and just tasteless. And I wanted to wait until there was some time that had passed. And who knows, it might still be too soon. But either way, I think we need to talk about it because I've been seeing way too much about this online. I saw way too much about this online immediately after he passed away, and that's what made me angry and why I didn't want to talk about it. But let's talk about it here. I want to talk about the future of Black Panther in film because I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of opinions. And like I said, there's been a lot of attention brought to it this last week on Twitter, especially with actress Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri. And let's not get into all that because I don't want to get into all that right now on this show. So that she's said some pretty stupid things, and my opinion of her has shifted greatly. And so with that said, they announced that filming on Black Panther 2 is indeed going to take place sometime in 2021. And they did say that Shuri would take a more prominent role in the movie, although what that means, we don't know. But like I said, Letitia Wright has kind of positioned herself in a way that not too many people are happy of, myself included. Again, we're not going to get into that. Just know that if you want to find out what it is, you guys can find out what it is. It's not that hard. But as soon as Chadwick Boseman passed away, people were like, "Oh, Shuri should be the new Black Panther," or like people were saying this and that, or this person or that person. It's like my opinion on it today is the same as it has been since Chadwick Boseman passed away. It has not changed. I think, and again, like no disrespect to Chadwick Boseman, the man was a very talented actor, and I think he deserves all the respect in the world. But I think the character should be recast with a new actor. And if I'm being on, look, I'm not claiming to know what Chadwick Boseman wanted, but if I understood the man as well as I think I do, as much as I believe I do, I honestly think he would want the role recast as well, because being the kind of guy he was when he was still with us, I don't think he would want a role like that, a role as prominent and as iconic like that, to be taken away from another black actor. I think he would want it to go to someone else like himself, who maybe what isn't getting the most attention or whatnot, but has something to show to the rest of the world. And I honestly think the world would be better if that character lives on, and it's like, I've seen a lot of people sort of be gatekeeping about the role, like, no, that's him, like it's Chadwick Boseman, like there's never going to be another T'Challa. It's like, that's kind of stupid. Like, I get where you're coming from, I really do. I'm not saying that thinking is stupid, but like, these characters are bigger than any one actor who's ever played them. And like, again, no disrespect to Chadwick Boseman and how much of an icon he was and still is, but I saw someone on Twitter say this, and they were like, look, I've lived in a world where I've seen 7 white guys play Batman at this point. I've seen 5 white guys play Superman at this point. Heath Ledger passed away after he played the Joker, and that role has been played by 2 actors since then. And it's like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, I love Chadwick Boseman, and I would never want to disrespect him or his memory, but I think the character is significant enough and is bigger than any one person that I think it's a mantle that deserves to live on beyond one actor. And I wanted, like I said, I wanted to wait a while to bring this up and even discuss it because, like I said, I thought it would be really tasteless to talk about it like right away, like I saw so many people on Twitter doing. And like I said, maybe it's too soon, but maybe I don't know. I don't think there's ever going to be a right time to talk about it, but they are gearing up to go into production on the movie, and I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Cliff, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Man, this is actually like a great topic to kind of like, I don't want to say like to end on, but this is a great topic to like really bring up. And I stand on the side of two fences, right? Like I understand your point, right? Like we recast a role because for God's sakes, we've had 3 Bruce Banners, we've had 3 Spider-Mans, let's be real, we're gonna get another Captain America, we're gonna get another Iron Man. They will recast those roles because it won't only be Chris Evans and it won't only be Robert Downey Jr. See, I'm gonna call him Tony Starks. Anyway, but yes, I kind of agree that they should recast that role to a degree. I agree that they should recast that role and have a new Black Panther. But personally, I would like to see it spun a different way. And the way I'd like to see it is, and I get it, yes, she's said some dumb stuff, but Letitia Wright, like she's Shuri. Like Shuri eventually took on the role as Black Panther as well. Like, and I don't think it's too far off to say, hey, you know what? Let her run it. Like, obviously, right? The role will always be Chadwick. We talk about Heath Ledger. Like Heath Ledger will, to some of us, let me be honest, to some of us,
right,
Joker will always be Heath Ledger, right? Because he just did such an iconic role with it. But to be fair, like you could also say like, hey man, Michael B. Jordan, like Killmonger never died. He just accepted his role now. Like he came back and accepted his role as to become the new Black Panther. And maybe there's some flaws in there, of course, but it's Marvel. We can have any flaws that we want and bring it back. Like it's an alternate universe, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I think for me, like at the end game, serious pun intended for that, I would recast Chadwick because they did it with. We've had 2 War Machines. Let's be real, like, and let's be real, they didn't look anything like the other, and there was never any mention of it, and no one complained about Don Cheadle taking on the role. So I think if you put in the right person, right, and you put in the right person in a role. Yeah, I think you definitely have something there, and it's a shame because like, we could look at Marvel and we'd be like, well, you guys kind of wasted a lot of people who should be in this role. Like, I don't want to say it, but like, if Chadwick wasn't T'Challa, I would have said Michael B. Jordan would have been T'Challa.
Bro, I think we all would have.
Yeah. And now you have, and now that, he was Killmonger. I'm not saying Killmonger was a wasted role because I find myself like siding with Killmonger on so many issues. It's not even funny, but it's like now who would you go for now? Like, what's the next person? Who do you want to be? The next person, because and the other part too, right? Sterling Brown is another perfect fit for T'Challa, and
and that's just it, Cliff. Like that's what I was talking about when I said it's like. I would want it to go to someone who like people aren't familiar with, like do the Christopher Reeve thing. Nobody knew who Christopher Reeve was before he was cast as Superman. And that's why you associate him so much with that character. And like that's I've sort of spoken out against Marvel on this. Like they do a lot of stunt casting. They give you actors you already know, well-established actors. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, the best casting is always when you pick someone who you don't know. That way, it's like it's easier for you to accept them as this character, and I think that would work really well if indeed we do recast T'Challa to move forward. Because I think Chadwick, like I said, again, I'm not claiming to know anything, and I'm not claiming to know the man or what he wanted, but I think he would want it to go to someone who's still, making their way up in the business, in the industry. That's what I think he would want. Again, I'm not claiming to know for certain, but that's just what I think.
I feel where you're coming from, right? And I agree. I agree. Like, I think Chadwick would also want that. But the problem that you run into is that, like, when Joker was casted in The Dark Knight and it was Heath Ledger, everybody came out and said, well, he's not Jack, right? And then we
Right.
saw the performance and we're like, holy shit. And then what happened when Jared Leto became Joker? We were like, well, he's not Heath, right? And, like, to be fair, okay, so the people on this podcast, we gave a shot to Jared, and maybe we were like, well, it wasn't Jared that missed the mark. It was just the editing and marketing that was done to Jared that made him miss the mark. But we know that he definitely hit the role, because otherwise, there wouldn't be all the rumors. People still wouldn't be talking about it. But what I think about is, I think if you have a person in that role, it's just like Terrence Howard, right? Terrence Howard was a big name for the Iron Man film, and then you had to bring in a name that either was A, bigger, or B, like, as established, and that's why you bring in Don Cheadle. And I think here with Chadwick, you have Chadwick, you're gonna have to bring in somebody who makes that role just as iconic, and it's tough. It's tough for me to even think about, like, who could you have in that role, and that's ultimately where the bridge crossed. And I know Chadwick would want someone that was, like, on the up and up, but in that same token, because he made such a divine character of T'Challa, you have to bring in somebody who could fill
Right.
those shoes. So it's like,
I agree with you, Cliff. I really do. But, like, the thing is, you can find someone who we don't know who can bring that same reverence to the role. Like, that's honestly the easiest way to do it, is to find someone who maybe has achieved critical acclaim, but maybe hasn't achieved, like, box office success. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that's where, again, like you brought up Heath Ledger, the thing when he was cast and people were like, oh, he's just a pretty boy heartthrob, he can't act. Again, like, not to, like, go back to 2000, it was announced in, like, 2006 that he got the role. But I was one of those people who I did not immediately go like, oh, bad casting, boo, they ruined it. I was like, he's already proven he's a good actor, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And of course, he blew everybody away. And I think there's something to be said. Again, like, I'll go back to the Christopher Reeve thing. Like, they were looking at all the big established stars at the time, like Clint Eastwood, Robert Redford. But the problem with that is that if you put those people in a Superman suit, you don't see Superman. You see Clint Eastwood. You see Robert Redford. You don't see Superman. You get someone like Christopher Reeve, who nobody knew of before that, a man who is a classically trained actor who graduated from Juilliard, the most prestigious acting academy in the world. And he brought Superman to life in a way that no one thought was possible. To the point where 40 years later, he is still the gold standard for Superman. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you, Cliff. I see where you're coming from, but I'm just saying, like, it could go either way. It really could.
oh yeah, no doubt. I definitely, I don't disagree with that at all, because, like, you're right. You have guys who have to come back from a complete, relapse of coming back from rehab and have to rehabilitate their career through another character. You know what I mean? Like, I feel where you're coming from, and you're right. I don't know. I like the idea of a new person coming in and taking over. But I feel like being Kevin Feige, us knowing Kevin Feige and us knowing, like, how Disney runs their property, they're gonna go get somebody who is maybe not as established, but is established enough to say, all right, he could be a box money guy.
Yeah. Well, because like you said, Sterling K. Brown, I'm not going to say no to that. Or Trevante Rhodes, I'm not going to say no to that. But here's another thing. John Boyega, like, I have no picks of my own. Like, those are just names I came up with right now. But those are all great actors. You know, I wouldn't be upset if either of those got it. But, you know, I would like it to go to someone who maybe isn't as well known. Swag, I want to throw it over to you real quick because I feel like Cliff and I have been monopolizing this entire discussion, and you're just kind of over there like, mm-hmm.
It's fine. No, I like
No,
you guys are making very good points. Like I agree with everything, and like I do want, like, there is one thing I want to say, and that is like, yeah, like going back to what Cliff was saying, like it's perfectly fine to recast, because if you really think about it, in the MCU there are 2 instances where that's happened.
Yes.
With
Actually,
Bruce Banner. Oh yeah.
There's Bruce Banner, Rhodey,
and
Androl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people don't even remember that one, but
yeah.
But that just goes to show you, like, you can recast a character and people will be like, whatever.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Swag.
No, yeah, but like that's like, it's not like it's uncommon in the MCU, so it's fine. And again, like, it all comes down to like again, like, it's the character. It is a character. They don't always have to be the same person, and it's also up to interpretation and all that. So I'm okay with it, and I think that if it happens, I will accept it. But as like for casting somebody else, I wouldn't know who to pick for that.
Yeah, same. Like that's sort of the thing, is like, I know I threw out some names just now, but like I said, those aren't necessarily my picks. I just, you know, it's just off the top of my head. But like, I have no specific like, oh, this is who I think should play it, or because like I said, in my heart and in my head, it's like it should go to somebody that we don't know, someone who is not a well-established star.
Yeah.
That's just me. That's my opinion. You know, in opinions, everybody has their own opinion, and you know, that's mine. And again, like, I don't disagree with you, Cliff. I really don't. But you know, it's just, I think Cliff and I think it's like we both the opposite opinions, but at the same time we can acknowledge that it's like, no, I see where you're coming from. I really do. But you know, so. But no, and that's why I wanted to bring this up, because it's like I knew this would be a real conversation we could have, and like we could really express our opinions, because like I said, it's something that look, we're gonna get a definitive answer and a decision on this soon. And like I said, like, I really didn't want to bring this up like right after Chadwick passed away, because that would be really disrespectful and, like I said, really tasteless.
Yeah.
It's just, again, like, I saw so much happening on Twitter right away, and I was like, you guys have no shame, you know, like, what is with you? But Cliff, to a point you were making, it did give me an idea. I was like, you know, like, if what we're hearing about like WandaVision and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, if what we're hearing about both of those things, like, if we're going to explore the multiverse, that's like the perfect opportunity to have Michael B. Jordan show up again as like a parallel Earth version of Killmonger, who was the Black Panther, you know?
Yeah. And
have him sort of jump over and be like, oh, well, the people of Wakanda over here don't have a king. It's like, well, my cousin Shuri, she can rule this kingdom, and I'll go over here and help fix what's going on over here. You're like, you know what I mean? Like, you can write whatever you want there, and just be like, yeah, like, that works. Why not? So I mean, there are solutions. There really are in-universe solutions, but I don't know, man. It's just like I said, like, we're gonna get an answer to this soon. And I don't know. I just have a lot of thoughts and opinions, especially on something where I was like, you know what? I'm jumping off the Marvel wagon after Endgame, but like, I didn't expect to have so many thoughts and opinions on and yet here we are. But but you know, it's something that I felt needed to be addressed, whether it's us that needs to address it, or you know, or not. But like I said, I am a fan. I have thoughts. I have opinions. I wanted to bring it up to Cliff because I knew he would have thoughts and opinions as well. Go ahead, Cliff.
And there was a name that stuck to me like a few times that I was like, yo, and I'm gonna be honest. This will be a perfect medium for you and I, right? Lakeith Stanfield.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
That's what I'm saying.
That-
like,
I
have
like
him
that.
bulk up a little bit. Like,
Oh yeah, for
here we
sure.
go. And that's, to me, like, that's an established name. That's the name of a person who's like coming up and up. And I mean, if you watch Dope or Atlanta, or maybe you even see him in Get Out, you know the roles, you've seen him. And then, crazy enough, he has another connection to another person. What's up, Daniel? We see you. But that's what we're talking. And there you go. Like, you have kind of like, okay, so now we have a person who's kind of familiar with what Chadwick did. And obviously Chadwick, he's a little older, but this role, like, Lakeith can come in and he can just step into that role, and then we can just continue pushing. But I would say the only thing, if that was my person of choice, I would be like, hey man, we need you to bulk up. Like, you're gonna have to put on like a little mass, and then we're gonna get you from there.
Well, I mean, I think that goes without saying, especially in today's day and age. Like, if you're gonna play a superhero, you gotta look the part. So, like I said,
I feel like I heard that from somebody else.
Yeah, I feel like that goes without saying. But yeah, I like Lakeith Stanfield. He's great, and he has a connection to another MCU star. He was in Knives Out with Chris Evans. So There you go. Yeah, that's a great choice. I would not say no to that at all.
It's just funny how this conversation started, and we were throwing out names, and then we both agreed that we want to get an established name, but also someone else on the up and up. And if we find that name, listen, Marvel, I have been 2 for 2 for picking people who need to be in these movies, and you've delivered. Don't make me a liar.
Marvel, we got you. All right, we got this.
In context, for those who, I just want to put out there, for context, for those who don't realize, I texted Antonio that I wanted Doctor Strange to be played by Benedict Cumberbatch, and I got it. And I actually, you know what? Even though the movie wasn't made, Channing Tatum was casted as Gambit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that movie didn't happen.
I needed to play Remy. God
damn
it.
There was a lot of X-Men related, like Daphne Keane, who played Laura in Logan. She confirmed there was indeed an X-23 film in the works, which we'll never see now.
Come on.
That sucks. Yeah, I'm with you, Swag. I feel your pain. I wanted to see that movie. But before we wrap it up here, because I think Cliff and I came to a nice ground there, so I think that's a good place to. Did you have any thoughts that you wanted to express before we get out of here, Swag?
No, like, just I agreed with both of you on that. And it's like I said, like, and I will admit, like, this being talked about like so soon after his death also frustrated me a lot.
Yeah.
I was like expressing my anger with it a lot with my gaming team, my crew. And we even agreed upon it. Like, it's just too soon to be arguing about this, but like, people are gonna be that way, and it's
Fortunately, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what it was for me too. I was just like super frustrated and angry when I saw people immediately trying to solve the problem. It's like, the man just passed away. Like, come on, man. Like, think of his family, crying out loud.
Yeah, seriously.
And that's really why it was like, I didn't want to say anything, and I wanted to wait until there was a somewhat appropriate amount of time that had passed. But like I said, like, the Kevin Feige and Marvel, they're saying like they're going to go into production next year. So, I mean, they have to have an idea of what they're going to do. Like, that's for sure. But we will have to wait and see, like the rest of the world. So, but yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about today. And as you can see, it, like, Cliff and I had like a real conversation and a discussion here, which I feel like it's been a while since we've done one of those. So maybe we'll try and do that more often. because like that was like genuine and real, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, like, this is how we talk on the phone.
this is what we talk about when it's just Cliff and I just talking.
Yep.
So all right, so that's gonna do it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know what you think, where you come down on the whole Black Panther thing. Let us know if you're excited to check out Warner Brothers 2021 slate on HBO Max. I know I am. Are you excited for Oscar Isaac to play Solid Snake? Of course you are. But yeah, just let us know, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Get all the notifications. Cliff, let everybody know where they can find you online.
Yeah, so you guys can find me right here on this podcast, Nerds at a Roundtable. You guys can also find me on the 3 Count podcast, which currently we are on we had our season finale actually last week. Terrible timing, especially with all the big things that happened Wednesday with the return of Sting to AEW and the big title change that happened. It was crazy, but we're still putting out content for Now Entering the Ring, which you guys will get all that content going all the way up until January 17th when we return from our break. Also, you guys can find me on all your favorite social media platforms at _RedDog85. So whether that's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, PlayStation, Activision, attached with Warzone. You guys can find me on the new, well, it's not really new, but it's kind of like a more free version of TikTok called Clapper and Triller. You guys can find all my content on there. So yeah, come find me, follow me, have some fun. And then the t-shirt that I'm currently wearing, you guys probably won't be able to see it on the podcast. You probably won't see it. But if you go to the YouTube channel, you can actually pick this up at whatamaneuver.net/collections/red-dog, because that's who I am. And you guys can pick up this new t-shirt called the Target Acquired.
Nice, very nice. If you need to get somebody a Christmas present, there you go. Go get them a Red Dog shirt. Yeah, there you go.
Support your favorite mercenary.
Exactly. You know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. Go show them all the love. Mr. Swagtastic, tell everybody about the YouTube channel.
Yeah. We talked about it earlier in the episode. We are in the home stretch for Cyberpunk. So that means there's going to be a lot of Cyberpunk content on the channel. Yeah, come find me over on YouTube, Mr. Swagtastic. I actually have a lot of content planned. Not just Cyberpunk, but that'll probably be taking up a lot of the focus. But
big highlight.
Yeah.
At least the next couple weeks. So
yeah. But yeah, and also like I just want to kind of talk about this because I feel like I want to talk about it so that way, Antonio won't have to remind me of it. But I did do a video last week or this week on Thursday, and what did I title it? I titled it "Heroes in the Darkest Times."
Yeah.
And that was a video that I had planned for a long time. I even mentioned that in the description of the video. And I'm very satisfied with it, and I'm very proud of it. So please go check that out if you love DC as much as I do. Yeah, that video was pretty much just me like kind of showing my appreciation for DC and my love for those heroes and their stories. And also like I do want to give like a shout out to my friend Tegan. Like she was working on one of her own videos over the week, and she kept talking about it while we were playing, like I'm trying to do this and that creative energy kind of got passed on over to me. And if it weren't for her, this video probably wouldn't have even come out this week. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely check out I did share it on the Nerds Facebook page today. So if you guys head over there, you can find it. You can find it over there. So yeah, and if not, go check him out on YouTube, Mr. Swagtastic. It's awesome. It's a good time, very good time. I am, of course, Antonio Padilla. You can find me on all social media at Tron Pilgrim or at Tron Pilgrim 87. You'll know which one. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring this up as we're mentioning our social. If you're not on Vero, do yourself a favor and get on Vero. They just released their new 2.0 update, and it is amazing. Oh my god, they took one of my suggestions, which was, hey, you guys need a video game sharing post option, and they integrated it. And so now I can share with you all the video games I'm playing. That is legitimately the social media platform that if you want to know what I'm up to, specifically what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, what I'm playing, go check out Vero. It's amazing. It's awesome. It is 100% my favorite social media platform. And yeah, so, but you can find me there at Tron Pilgrim. Like I said, you can find me on all social media. It's either at Tron Pilgrim or at Tron Pilgrim 87. And of course, like Nerds of the Roundtable on Facebook, facebook.com/Real Nerds of the Roundtable. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter at RealNerds_. And you can always find us on anchor.fm/nerds as well as YouTube, which I already mentioned. If you're not watching us on YouTube, do yourself a favor and go check that out. Because like I said, Swag always does a bang-up job editing these videos, and there's a lot of visual information that you do not get listening to the show. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for us this week. Join us next time, same nerd time, same nerd channel. Good night, folks.